right now, don't we have enough? Do we need another language? How can we actually work on the problem of trimming all of the noise that people are learning, wasting their time? What would be the approach for this?
Well, this is a fundamental paradox, right? Because we do have, there's too much complication. There's too many things. And this applies to everything, not just programming languages, but if you wanted to write some library code to do something, there's probably another library that does at least some of that, right? And so every programmer has to find a way. I would like it if people were thinking about exactly what you said, right? But not in a defeatist way. Because if you just say, well, there's already so much stuff, there can't be any more things, I will therefore stop programming, then there's no hope, right? And there has to be hope. So my way is just, again, to be very serious about making sure that what I'm doing is really an improvement. And it probably has to be a big, even small improvements may not offset the amount of damage that they do by adding more stuff. And so it has to be a big improvement, right? And that's one reason. So I've been making this programming language. I started it, I think, in 2014. It wasn't full-time back then, but that's 9 years ago. I don't think most people, and my first demo of it, which I think was at the end of 2014, I showed a video game, like I made a video game in this programming language. I think most people would have put that out into the world at that time, but I've held on to it, and we're making bigger and more difficult things in it exactly to make sure it's good enough to then put out and make sure it's a real improvement. And I don't know that I would ask that everybody spend 9 years on everything they do, but I do think I do think they should ask themselves that same question, like why is this better than what's already there? And because it's weird, you know, you don't have the same question if you're a fiction author. Like somehow if you write a new book of fiction and you put it in the world, it doesn't really do damage. It's just more things, and then future writers might read it or they might not. But somehow in software, that's not, we're just making a bigger mess all the time. And we need to get control of the size of the mess. And it is the most important thing, actually. Like if we don't get control of the size of the mess, at some point, progress will no longer be possible. And so I'm thinking about that all the time. And my answer is just to work hard to make sure it's good.